Hi, everybody. It's Lonnie with Untitled Nerd Network. And unless, if you haven't been able to tell, I feel like garbage right now. But there is absolutely no way that I wasn't going to do this review on Uncanny X-Men #1 the day it came out. Uh, this I was a little disappointed because their marketing Jubilee is like part of the team, and she was in the book, but it wasn't like at all. I think she was on like maybe 3 pages, like 8 panels total or something. I wasn't really big on that, but it's like she's just kind of there, and like I kind of yearn for the days like they did a really good job of focusing on her like during the Fall of the Mute, not Fall of the Mutants, but Curse of the Mutants storyline a few years back whenever she became a vampire. I'm just like it shouldn't be that hard to like give her a little bit of face time. But anyway, the book, I don't want to like spoil it totally, but the book, like the first half of it, is current, and then the second half is like three sub stories that cover various characters leading up to the first half. So it's like you see what happens currently, and then at the end of that, they show the 24 to 48 hours leading up to it, from different characters' perspectives, none of which include Jubilee. I know I am quite biased, but I guess it is what it is. But the we actually we get to see a bunch of different characters that we haven't really seen lately. Dark Beast, we got to see him. Sugar Man from the Age of Apocalypse, and like various other uh, villains and things like that. And if you wonder who all those characters have in common, like what villain those characters have in common, you'll do a pretty good idea at deducing who appears towards the end of this book. And apparently, it's not a big surprise, but X-Men Black, the kind of like little one-shot miniseries that came out over the last couple of months, is leading up to the big story here. And from what I understand, Kenny X-Men is going to be released weekly. It's going to be like a 10-part series to start, and for like the next 10 weeks, we're going to get basically an issue a week. I'm really hoping I can get on that and get those particular books. Various variant covers have come up for this book. Uh, I'm actually a pretty good fan of a lot of them, but obviously a lot of them are like those 1 in 100, 1 in 50 variants, and you're not gonna unless you special order them, you're not gonna get them. But a lot of the books, and they've been hyping this up, and the final page of the main story, I'm a big fan of. The art looks really good. Different artists and things are working on this book. Different writers. That it's just this is going to be something major. I think that Marvel's always going on about, oh, this is going to change things forever. I think this story has the possibility of doing that, and I'm also we know pretty much that the original X-Men have already gone back. I think Marvel did really a horrible job of delaying Extermination, the final issue, until after #1 of this book has already come out. I think that's supposed to be coming out in the next week or two. I'm not a big fan of how they did that. But anyway, I just wanted to give my thoughts on this book. The book is really cool. Um, Multiple Man, it plays a big part in it, and the overall main story really has you leading up to who's doing all this, who's causing the problems. But the story reads very well. It's got some good pacing. I like the art. Like I said, I like the story itself, even though they are kind of throwing Jubilee. But at the same time, she got as much page time as a lot of the other characters on that cover. So when you have a group that big, which what on this cover right here that I'm showing on the screen, there's what 6, 9 different people. No, 10 when you count Nightcrawler hanging up there. And it's kind of difficult to give 10 different characters, plus some of the ones that weren't even on the cover, uh, enough time in the spotlight. So, but no, like I said, overall good book. I'm going to give this one like a 9 out of 10. I think this is more of like a lead up book, and I think a lot of the future books will look really good. I think they'll be great. So we're going to be getting a book a week for the next 9 weeks after this. So I'm really looking forward to it. And check them out. This book is available, I think, $7.99 is the cover price. Kind of hefty, but it's a 72-page book. So check it out. I'm Lonnie with Untitled Nerd Network, brought to you by Infinity Flux and your local Satanist. Remember, you can get your comics at Infinity Flux and in Hickson, Tennessee, or you can get this issue wherever your local comics are sold. Thanks for watching. Have a good rest of the day.